Hello, today Habib constructed a water tank. I will show you where he constructed it. You can go there and see for yourself. You can follow me so that I can show you.
Habib Zaki, the master technician, and Junior Augustine are going to explain the production of the concrete tank to some employees today. The construction is quite dusty and will take a lot of space. As it is the case so often, the pavilion is best suited for this. It all starts with an empty plastic bag getting shoveled with sand. The resulting size corresponds to the volume of the later tank. Here it will be about 50 liters. All wrinkles on the outside of the bag push corresponding furrows inside the tank. So Habib smoothes the surface. And then sews the bag at the top. For this he uses strong wire. As a result, a hard, stable, upright and straight shape is created, from which the later water tank can already be gassed.
To 100 liters. Yeah.
Heavily loaded part of the tank will be the bottom. The reinforcement of this is a thin steel rod, which is bent and fixed with force to a circle. It has the same diameter as the filled sandbag. And because the circle will be the basis of everything, care is very important in the production. The thinner wire, with which the bag was previously closed, now also fixes the circle, and then braided with 4 long sections to form a floor net. After each knotting, there must be about 1 meter of wire left. Later we will see that this rest is connected to the collar and thus forms a net around the whole tank. Occasionally, interested spectators come by today. The actual concrete work can begin. From the sand, all the small stones are first collected, which might otherwise interfere with smoothing later. In the middle of the concrete disc, Habib places the braided steel net and covers it with an additional relatively soft layer. The ground should already be a good inch high, and the wire ends look upwards in the later direction. As long as the base is still damp, the prepared sandbag is put on it. It doesn't hurt to have 4 people for this work. Of course, the 8 wire ends remain free. The bag must now stand straight and firmly, because from now on, the shape can no longer be changed. For the wall layer, a new, damper and softer concrete mixture is produced with a high cement content. Well, he will be put on quickly and become firm, but that is also desired, because once mounted on the side wall, it should not run down again. One person alone will not be able to do this in the small time window, so all the men have to work. Many hands together throw damp concrete at the rough plastic wall. While his employees are still busy with it, Habib begins to smooth the surface. After all, the connection to the base plate must be right.
So now we have to wait the moment.
Maybe 3 to 5 minutes.
The wall layer now takes 5 minutes to dry, and Habib, together with Junior, uses the time to make the upper anchor. It is made of the same material as its counterpart at the bottom, and has only a slightly smaller diameter. This determines the later inlet opening. The wires from the floor layer are pulled up and knotted at the top. It's the last time there's access to the reinforcement, so everyone tightens his knots, pinches protrusions, and pushes wire ends down. The next concrete is not quite as damp, but should be applied so quickly that the layers bond firmly. No piece of wire reinforcement may be uncovered anymore. It would rust later. Layer by layer is added and is filled smoothly. Habib takes special care on the upper opening. He cuts them out as round and soft as possible. If there are small stones in the way, they are scratched out. And when the wall has reached its target thickness, it gets rest to cure. Well, not quite. Habib is still preparing 2 plastic pipes. The ends must be cut, heated, and bent so that they firmly fix themselves in the concrete. One of them he attaches far below for later water withdrawal. And the other in the upper area as overflow protection. Now we need a small, round concrete slab as a lid. And then it's the end of the day.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah.
The next morning,
So we are now opening it.
the concrete tank is solid and not longer needs a sandbag as a support. So get it out. The last hour of work is spent on surface treatment. With a rough clay disc and water, Junior grinds the surface smooth. Before Habib closes the remaining pores with cement water. Don't forget, the openings of the plastic pipes still have to be pierced before the concrete is completely hard. And the lower one gets a squeezed and glued end piece for closure. And when everything looks clean and perfect, the new concrete tank is ready. And ready for its first water filling.